So this video is about Postgres installation on macOS and Ubuntu machine. I have already done a video to install Postgres on Windows subsystem for Linux, but that one was a little bit outdated. If you want to install a later version, like version 15 or 14, now remember this doesn't work on 16 yet. So if you want to install 15 or 14, you can come to this website right here. So what you want to do is you want to pick your operating system, either Linux or macOS. So I'm using Linux Ubuntu here. I'm just going to pick Ubuntu. It will take me to this page. Now what you want to do, we don't want to install using this command line right here. It gives you very little control over the Postgres database that you are using. So what we want to do, we want to use the source file. Now, as I said, do not use the 16 yet. They are not well supported right now. There's some libraries missing for Ubuntu or Debian. It's gonna be very annoying to like downgrade the library version and try to install them properly. So I'm just gonna use 15.8. Coming here, download this tar bz2 or tar gz. I'm downloading the first one because it's smaller. So once it's downloaded, you can go to your download folder. I have already downloaded here. So what you want to type is tar xfj and then this name right here. So you can just type post and then hit tab. It will give you this chance. And once you press enter, it will basically unzip everything into this folder right here. So I'm not gonna do that again. So once it's unzipped on top, I'm gonna enter this folder. So in this folder, you will see a bunch of stuff in here. I have already run through the installation process. Sorry, not the installation process, the makefile process. So the files in here may look a little bit different, but the most important thing is this config file right here, right? So what you want to do is you want to type in /config. Now, if you are on Mac OS, you don't need a // you just need to type in config, right? So /config -- prefix. So this will nominate the location where you want to install your PGSQL, right? Now, when you hit enter, there may be a chance that you have missing libraries. Some of the common ones I have already listed in the description, but I'm just gonna type these commands right here. So the first one you need is the libicu library, and the second one you need is just gonna type everything. The second one you need is libreadline. Type out here. And the third one you need is the glib1g-dev. Right? You may have already installed some of these libraries. If you do, don't worry about reinstalling them. But basically what this does is it will try to make sure that everything that's in this config file is done properly. Okay, you don't have to install in this location right here. You can install in anywhere you want, but I'm just doing this because I'm used to like install things here. So once you have done that, actually let's run this again. I may just edit the video a little bit to reduce the time. So just gonna do that, and this will check everything, dependencies and the header files. Because Postgres is written in C, so you can see a lot of like header files message in here. But if you go through everything without any error message, that means you are able, like you are ready to run the make command. So the make command will take 3 to 5 minutes. If you encounter any issues during the make process, you can repeat the steps. Because I have already done it, so it's not gonna take that long. So after you run make, you wanna do like make install. You can also do like make and make install to save you like some typing. The make install process is relatively faster. And once we have done that, we are ready to set up our environment for Postgres. So once the installation is complete, you can type in ls, the directory you just install. And you can see four folders here. You have bin, include, lib, and share. Now the issue is this is only the Postgres software itself, the server itself. We haven't set up anything like the data directory. So the next step we want to do is we want to set up the data directory and make sure that we configure our software properly. Right, so what we want to do here, to set up the data, we first need to run a file called initdb. So we want to find where the file is. So actually, let's go to this home PGSQL. And oops. Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to go into the bin directory. We can see there's a initdb file here. So what we want to do is we basically just want to type in initdb, and then -d. We want to set up our data to be this location right here. Okay, this is our installation folder, and we want to have another subfolder called data. Yeah, but we have to put in the // because I'm using. So this is a fairly quick process. It will say, okay, success. You can now start the database server using this pg control -d blah blah blah, which is very long, a very long command. All right. This is not actually like serve the process purpose too well because it's a very long thing. So what we want to do is we want to like set up the environment file for Postgres. So what we want to do, actually, I don't know why I came out here. Let's go back to PGSQL. Going to, okay, so what we want to do now is we want to create a env file in this folder. So what we want to type in here is first we want to set up our pg home, and we also want to like export our path for pg data. We want to export pg host. We want to export pg port as well, and we want to export the ld library path, and we want to also like set up all these paths and then type in some maybe I will use like pg_start for a alias, and I want to have like pg_stop. Okay, so we want to set up all these different things. We're not gonna run our server anywhere yet, so just set it up locally. So let's actually finish typing all this. The first one is the folder you just installed. The second one is pg home /data lowercase. This one should be in uppercase. Pg home. The next one is pg data. This one is 5432. This one is pg home /lib. This one is pg home bin. Now in here, we want to type in the stuff that we just saw. pg control start -l, and we want to tell it log file location. And this one is pg control stop. So once it's done, you can I actually want to this is not the env file, it should be .env, so let's rename this to .env. All right, so we have this .env file set up. You can see all these things. So the next thing we want to do is we want to source this file. Actually, let me run it back. Yeah. So what we want to do is source this file. And once we source it, we can use it from different locations. All right. So let me think. So where are we? Okay. The next thing we want to do is we want to go into data and let's have a look of what's in here. So we already have some files in here. The one that we are interested in is this conf file here. So we're gonna set up a few things in the conf file. All right, so let's enter this file. And the first thing we want to do is let's go down. Yep, max connection, that's good enough. Port 5432, we have already set it up, so we don't need to worry about it. Max connection 100, that's way more than enough. I think if you're doing it locally, we can change to maybe something smaller. Actually, I just leave it as it is. So the important stuff is this one right here. We want to change this socket directory to somewhere else. So we want to change it to our data folder. So PGSQL data, and then we want to remove this hashtag in front. Keep going. The memory share buffer is good enough. I think that's everything that we need. So let's just head out to the outside, and then we can we may start running the database. So if I type in pg_start, it will say waiting for server to start, and it's done. The reason why I keep typing it here is because if you remember previously, I have set up this env file, and in this env file, I have defined this function right here called pg_start. You can basically name it to anything you want, right? If I want to stop the server, I can just type in pg stop. If I start and then start again, it will say, okay, it's already running. Okay. All right, and you can actually go into the log location that we just set up and then check the output. Cool. So let's actually type in this to check if our SQL server has anything in it. We can see it already has 3 databases in here. The first one is the Postgres database, and then we have template 0 and template